Vale. Waha! There everyone is. Took it a second to load. Alright. Time to open up Twitch. How's everyone's days going? I mean, aside from you guys who are really sick. Ugh. Okay. How do I sound? Let me double check my audio really quick. Okay. What about the rest of you guys? Can I get a mic check?
Hello. Hello. Do I sound okay?
A little quiet on your end, actually.
Yeah. I have him turned up, so he's fine on my end. But if you want to adjust your volume, or if you can, you can. But yeah, I realized in doing the mic check that you guys were muted on stream. Yahoo! But yeah, now everything should be fine. I, comparatively to what I can hear versus what I can hear from Thatcher's mic, after I unmuted it, it sounded perfect. So let's get some background noise going by opening our lovely website quest portal. And I will double check that audio then to make sure that I can be heard over it, because the last time in our very first session, I could not be fucking heard.
Oof. When the background music goes too hard.
Yeah, No, when the fire crackles go too hard.
It was actually like kind of incredible how like loud the fire was compared to Gray's voice.
It's because I was afraid I was going to be too loud, so I turned my mic down a little bit. That was a mistake. Okay. I'm just testing my audio really quick over this. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, sounds good. Cool. Mic checks and everything all done.
Well, hello.
What's up?
Mom! Yay! I'm so excited.
Good morning.
No, I left my coffee outside my room. I need to go get it. Everyone, let's see. Devin, you're in charge.
Oh, Jesus.
Now it's time to say a bunch of slurs on Twitch.
No.
I've decided this is a donation stream. Where, just kidding.
I was gonna say like Demonkin, Devilkin. Oh, they came back.
Oh yeah, a slur that you guys are called is just people just call you fucking devils. Or not you guys, I should say, but you other kin are also a slur against you, as they just call you a devil. Or the devil.
That's what I was saying. Like on stream, we were all just gonna start saying slurs like Devilkin and Demonkin.
Or Ramekin.
How dare you? But yeah, so... Okay. How are we all feeling today?
Vibe City.
I'm talking like energy levels. Like, we doing good, everyone?
Pretty solid 7.
I've got the energy, it's just being stifled. I'm here, I'm ready. I'm ready.
We are pre-Coca-Cola, but about to crack one open, so all should be well.
I'm running on
let
I'm running on a sweet, like, 3.5 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep, and second coffee of the day.
Normal coffee or make me concerned for your health coffee?
It's coffee. I bought this. I didn't get this from my house, if that helps.
Oh, so it's
I don't
like
care.
gonna not good for you kind of coffee.
Yeah, we went to Dutch Bros. I got 4 shots espresso.
Oh, wish that were me though. I'm exhausted.
Would it be D&D if at least 3 of us weren't dead tired?
But yeah, I mean, I am dead tired, but I have my ADHD combative strategy going right now, so.
Thank you, Power Wash Simulator.
And don't forget music too. Very faint music.
Sweet. Okay. Does anyone, you want to just get right into it? Does anyone need a moment for anything?
I'm as good to go as I'm gonna be.
Okay, perfect. So, with that, who would like to be the one to recap for a session bronze? Have I explained that to everyone, by the way, my session bronze?
Nope.
Whoever recaps the session will get, whoever recaps the session, you know, to an extent that I am pleased with, not we played last week, or the week before last, or whatever. As long as it is, as long as it is a okay recap that I'm like, okay, cool, I feel good after that, they will get a bronze inspiration, which is adding a d6 to any roll for that game. It's only one, and once you use it, you spend it, but it does not last. You cannot stack them until next game.
Do you have to choose before the roll, or can you choose after the roll is made?
For the session bronze, I like to say before, because I'd like to give ample opportunities to earn other types of inspiration. But I am going to go with Pathfinder's thing of the hero point, where y'all get a hero point at the beginning of the session, each one of you, but someone's going to get an additional d6. And then the inspiration that I pass out is the copper, silver, gold inspiration that I can explain more as I give them out. That the ones that I give out during game or after game are ones that you can keep. You can just hoard those until the end of the game and go, haha, I've collected 50 gold! Or use them, you know, when they are needed. So, on that, anyone want to get a bonus of a d6 to any roll that's not a death save, or I don't think death saves are really a thing here. I don't know. Anyways. A d6 to a roll by recapping what happened last session.
Alright, well, last session we played some Jackbox.
No.
This is
Game.
Oh, I see.
Thank you, though. The Jackbox was really fun.
I guess for the previous actual session, it was initial intro of everybody's characters. In general, there was some investigation of the house after the woman was pulled out and dubbed a witch, with her children having an accelerant poured over them and the house set ablaze. And anybody who didn't participate in helping her at all was cursed with I actually have a note for that one. Curse of the Witch of Pure Creek. Had a couple of interesting immediate growing pains to starting a party. We'll have to see how those go, as there was a huge square off in the middle of the town, which led to Thatcher TKOing their father, and not wanting to be around when he wakes up and getting in trouble. Everybody kind of gathered all their things and headed out to another place that Thatcher had, which was a little secret hideaway in a church, where we spent the night and had an interesting encounter with a raccoon. And I believe that's where we stopped.
Minor correction, it was Thatcher's uncle.
Oh, my bad.
Yep. Y'all had when you put it like that, it makes the session seem like it was so short. But luckily for us, it is not that short, and we have much more to go on. I believe last time you guys left off, you guys were talking about wanting to head back into town the next day under disguises and trying to investigate more information about the witch of Pure Creek.
That is true.
Mel had offered that it might be better to wait a few days to let some of the heat die off, but the next day or a couple days later doesn't really change over much. Thatcher said that they could, he could disguise himself. So, there is that. And we decided that we would either need to kill the witch or have the witch find peace to be able to get rid of the curse. Which requires first understanding what's going on with the witch and finding her again.
Fun stuff. Alright, so for that, why not you take a session bronze, Dev? I'll go ahead and I'll put it in the inspiration given channel. And Mum, you can have one too. You both get a session bronze. Teamwork. It pays off.
Hell yeah.
Quincy supremacy. High five.
High five. I shall crack my coke in solidarity.
Thank you.
That was
Ooh, that was
crispy.
crispy. Oh yeah.
Stream not sponsored by coke.
Could you imagine?
Give me lifetime unlimited Coke. I don't even need the money.
True.
So, it is currently early morning still, right?
Yep. Y'all haven't left yet.
Oh. So, assuming we had just kind of finished with the conversation about possibly going into the town, or back into town within the next day or two, what exactly is the plan up until then? And, when we do go into town, what are we gonna do with all, us folk who are probably not gonna be taken too kindly if anybody recognizes we were part of the group that knocked out and or killed someone and then ran away?
I hope you guys know every time you guys say kill Uncle Cole, Thatcher's hair, like at least one follicle turns gray.
Just instantly and it's gray.
Yes.
Is it like consistently going down a line, or is it kind of just dotted throughout?
I would imagine dotted throughout. It was just like at random.
So we should just keep spamming it so Thatcher can have the salt and pepper look.
I don't think he needs to stand out any more than he already does.
Never know. Might give you
Are
a
you sure?
circumstance bonus of distinguished.
You know what? Actually, I'm just kidding.
Thatcher, Mr. Thatcher, do you, know anything we can do out in these woods while we're waiting, or are we just gonna kind of sit around and twiddle our thumbs until we do decide to go back into town?
Considering that Thatcher doesn't have dark vision, he's probably gonna say, "Oh, it's probably best if we lay low. Using torches in the light is just, it's not a good idea, especially if we're trying to lay low."
You do have a point there.
Wasn't it morning at this point, though?
Yes, it is early morning because you guys were awoken by the raccoon.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
So then, what's the plan?
Well, since it's early morning, Thatcher's gonna say, we have two options. We can either walk there, or we can catch the morning train, whichever y'all prefer.
Well, are we heading that direction today, or are we lying low?
If we want to lie low to let some of the heat down, then it would be best to maybe see if there's a place for the witch to be hiding in the area around. Looking for trails, doing some hunting if any of you are proficient.
See if there's any other mysterious abandoned structures out in the woods.
Yeah, I figure she has to go somewhere, at least for some shelter of some sort. But I don't think I've ever seen anything out there like that besides this.
Might have been hidden before.
Who knows? Maybe she's been here with us the whole time.
Like a shiver comes out of Thatcher as you say that.
Desdemona just laughs a little bit at seeing that, but regardless, I suppose that'd be something for us, other folk to be doing if we're not going to be heading into town for the time being.
Seems reasonable enough. If any of you would like to take a look around and try to find the witch, Thatcher disguised and myself can go into town and try to figure out more information.
Now that sounds like a plan.
I can only do it for about an hour, so I'll make my preparations as soon as we get there.
Okay. So, but how are you gonna get there? Are you gonna walk or are you going to ride the train?
Either is fine with Mal. The train, while it is likely to guarantee more safety, there's also the potential of being spotted hitchhiking on it. So, there's pros and cons. It's a little bit quicker, but they don't necessarily have a big time crunch. At least that they're aware of.
How close is the next town? Because I think it would also look kind of weird if just two people came walking down from the railroad tracks, I'm assuming.
Not necessarily. Not everyone can afford the railroad after all. And coming off of a non-passenger train is a little bit more conspicuous than just walking through town itself. The only thing that would be strange about it is the fact that you guys are walking through in early morning, meaning you camped just outside of camp or just outside of town. But since you are walking from not considerable distance, but like about an hour or two, it wouldn't be super early morning, so you could probably get away with it on that thought.
Seems like walking it is.
Then we walk. And do make an attempt to hide the passage from the church to the like any roads until we get to a road.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
And then Otherkin Squad can traipse through the fucking forest. Don't get chewed on by anything, please.
Magical forest adventure.
Use it to kind of like search around and maybe find some foodstuffs.
Could find food, points of interest, or witch passage.
Unless anybody else kind of seems to want to take up the leading role in that, Desdemona will probably push for that to happen.
The hunting part?
Or just the investigating the woods to see if we can find anything, be that food or witches.
Oh, okay.
Also, Grak is going to be typing in character chat, so just keep a little eye. Grak is going to be listening to the conversation about disguise and chime in when there is a pause. How exactly are we gonna get to? Oh, I think. Do you understand now, Grak? Okay, perfect. I saw that too late. I forgot. But yes, so Mal and Thatcher start heading towards town to get that started and going. Who would like to go first? Would you like the town to happen first or the forest to happen first? That's up to you guys.
I feel like once, if we start interacting, it's gonna be a hot minute, so it might be better to do the forest first.
True.
I was just about to say the same thing.
All right, so forest crew, Devin, would you like to explain what downtime actions are? I think you're better at explaining this than I am, because I would consider this downtime.
Oh, I was thinking this would probably be exploration, but that's fair.
Not exploration, downtime. Or yeah, that's what I meant. The exploration. My brain is not here today.
Let me find the downtime list real quick.
I meant exploration. I meant the where you're like guarding or keeping an eye out, or like you can choose an action to do.
Yeah, that was my bad. I got as soon as it left your mouth, it clicked in my head, and so I just said it. But I actually meant exploration as well.
I mixed us up. I'm sorry.
All right, I got the link for you. Let's throw that in general. So exploration activities are kind of interesting. So the way they kind of work is you kind of pick what you're trying to do with your exploration action, and then you'll roll a skill that's associated with it. But for exploration actions in particular, you'll either get the higher of your die roll or a 10 plus your proficiency in the skill that you roll. There's also other ones too, like if we were doing like a dungeon exploration type thing, there's things like guard, where you'll always have, like, if you're using a shield, you always have a shield raised, so if you get jumped, you'll still have that +2 circumstance bonus to your AC and whatnot. There's other things like if you have detect magic, for example, you can use that as your exploration action. Maybe looking out for any magical auras or anything that might come up. And yeah, some of them are a little bit more applicable in a dungeon exploration situation, and then others are just useful as you go. Probably in this particular instance, we'd probably be looking into doing something like a search or maybe even an investigate if you so choose.
Makes well enough sense.
Yeah, and again, Devin put that link in general for anyone to click on and take a look at what the options are.
There is also in Path Builder, you can go in and there's an actions section, and you can specifically check exploration. Like there's filters you can do up on the top of that section, so you can look through just exploration actions or any other type of action.
Oh, sick.
Sweet, that's a hidden resource I didn't know we had. Alright, well.
I'll
Yeah.
probably do. I guess start us out. Maybe search. Maybe find any. Having been tracking her specifically from the tracks in our previous session, maybe utilizing that to try and see if he finds any like more familiar tracks or just weird buildings around the area, since they have some time before they can really go into town on their own.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and make any and all appropriate rolls. And I will take a look at my little note.
Sure thing. Ooh, not bad.
And the rest of you?
Is there a dice pool we can type our rolls into to help keep track of things?
Give me a second, I can make that happen.
Thank you kindly.
No problem.
Also, Grak had asked a question.
No. So you get to choose your own exploration activity. So on that list, there are things that you are able to do. You can either roll your own search, or you can roll a search in tandem with. You can follow the expert. Just anything you see on there that you want to do, go ahead and do it.
I think I will also have Desdemona search. Just she's going to be on the lookout for any kind of food that might be out here that she could gather up for everybody, or any kind of like hidden structures that might be around, be it like little tree forts or just hovels or anything that might be in a creepy spooky woods.
Got it.
Hazel's gonna scout.
I'm going to defend shield. ready. And I'm gonna stick as close as I can to.
You're gonna do what? Stick as close as you can to Grack, but what are you doing?
Defend.
Defend? Okay. Now, big question. Are you guys moving as a group or individually?
That is a good question.
There's a big kerfuffle on the nearby town.
And when I
would
say
say
moving as a group, I mean like staying within eye shot of eye shot of each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe like within shouting distance at least.
Yeah, Dev Deck probably wouldn't go too far.
Everyone agree? Cool. So you guys kind of move all together. And I added a rolling channel, so for your rolls, if you had to make rolls for like a search, you roll your perception, and other things like that.
So then, just to clarify, for search, I'm looking through the text here, and it doesn't necessarily say a specific thing. Do you roll perception for a search action?
Correct.
Okay. It didn't indicate that in what I was looking at, so I don't know.
No worries.
That is it.
All right.
To keep an eye out for any dangers near us, what would I roll?
I believe yours just gives a circumstance bonus, so you don't have to roll for anything, right, Devin?
Okay. Scout?
Which one, sorry?
Scout.
Oh, for Scout? So yeah, you don't need to roll anything. If a
Okay.
combat happens, basically we'll all get a +1 circumstance bonus to our initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, and the same happens for the defend. You get to, if combat breaks out, something happens.
Yeah, your shield starts out already raised until the start of your turn, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And then I think that leaves, nope, everyone's accounted for. Cool. So, with that, we're gonna start with, Grack, what are you investigating?
It says it in character chat.
Oh, I was looking at the rolling. Okay. Just your surroundings, anything specific you're looking for? Looking for signs of the witch, looking for signs of, like, people or things or stuff like that? Not specifically? Okay. Okay, yeah. Anything out of the ordinary. Got it. Alright, we will start with, Desdemona.
Bring it on.
With your, just refresh me, you're looking for more, like, food and other things like that, right?
Desdemona is currently looking for any kind of foodstuffs, and then if I could, my initial thing was possible food or like structures other than the church. So,
Okay.
anything that looks like it might have been put together by a sapient sort rather than just a pile of sticks.
You do find evidence of creatures that do abide in these woods. There are like a couple different families of raccoons, and there's even an occasional deer. Although this is not really the deer hunting season, as one would say. I don't remember what. Mom, what season is it? I forget.
Fall.
Fall. Oh, wait, no, that would actually be deer season. Never mind. It is deer season.
No, you're in July.
Oh, okay.
Unless they are at a different part of the hemisphere.
True. Okay. Yeah, so, it is not deer season then. Because you are in our technical hemisphere.
I mean, you can hunt for deer any season for food, but not for the rats.
Yeah. But it is... There's, like, your normal forest creatures. For things for you that you would be able to catch personally, there are a few rabbits in the underbrush that you notice and kind of, like, can see the patterns of running around. And if you wanted to, you could probably dispatch of 1 or 2 rabbits if that was your prerogative. As for shelters and such, makeshift ones and otherwise, you unfortunately do not find anything.
Darn.
I cannot hear you, Desdemona.
Sorry, I put it to push to talk so that I'm not sneezing into the mic, and I'm still like turning my mic on and off with a little controller on the headphones, so I'm getting myself mixed up. I apologize, but as far as the rabbits, would I be able to try and fashion like a little makeshift like snare to try and catch one, or would I just need to like attack shoot somehow?
What means of attacking do you have?
Desdemona does have a small firearm as well as her she has a wand that she can do some stuff with. And she also has some darts.
Yeah, basically any sort of damage dealing thing that you can do from a, like, 10 feet or more, you can easily dispatch of a rabbit with. You are quite used to blending in and going unnoticed, and you're not human, so the forest creatures are a little bit less wary to you, for better or worse. So if you wanted to, you could easily just kind of snipe out some pew pew pew. Get a rabbit here and there, but
Yeah, Desdemona will probably go ahead and
if you want
just
to cast a
use
spell,
darts.
If you want to cast a spell or use darts, that's fine.
Yeah, just that seems the simplest and the quietest. So she'll probably try and take out like 2 rabbits. That feels like enough to feed everybody.
Okay, cool. Consider it done. Next for Davdak. You... Actually, we'll get to you last. Grak, you are looking for anything out of the ordinary. This is quite a hard ask. It's a large forest, and there's a lot of underbrush. It's really hard to tell if there's something out of the ordinary versus, the fact that there used to be a path to a church around here. So, all in all, you don't really find much of anything out of the ordinary, that is. But you do find when Davdak points something out, if he points it out, we will go into that further, since you are investigating and he is perceptioning. But Davdak, you do find something. You find a part of the forest where there is... It almost goes unnoticed to you, but you see small scorch marks on the floor. About foot-sized. 2 of them. Next to a tree.
Huh. Hold up for a moment. Kind of like trots over to it. Takes a closer look at the possible scorched footprints.
And that is what they look like. Upon further investigating, Grack, does this draw your attention? And if it does, and if you go forward, what are you looking into, Davdak? So, like, are you going to search further the footprints, or, like, I just want to know where you're going to naturally be looking.
Probably trying to continue following the footprints if possible. Maybe even kind of check over the tree if it's like, if there's anything particular about it, I think.
Perfect. Both of you, once you take a look at the tree, because Grack, like, trotted over and wanted to investigate as well, you guys simultaneously find that there is a mark on the tree, and upon closer, it's not just any mark, it is a circle, a magic circle, drawn in blood.
That's a little worrying.
Now, what this circle does? But it's there.
Would an occultism be a good role for this, or no?
Yep.
That's not bad. Got a 25 on my occult.
Nice. Okay. So, you realize, this is not like any of the circles you saw in the witch's house. This is a hastily drawn. It's a circle that witches often draw to help in teleportation spells. It seems like in this world specifically, or the world of where the witches, this world, not the Pathfinder world that came here, witches often used spell circles. And while they can cast magic without them, using them helps boost that power. So, she used one here.
Well, going by what had happened in the basement at the very least, it would appear that our, target seems to have drawn a ritualistic symbol here.
Mm-hmm. But aside from that, there are no other signs of her.
Do the scorched footprints seem to be pointed away from or towards the tree, would you say?
Towards the tree. So kind of like, it, not towards, just like diagonal, where it's like, she probably landed right there, spun to the tree really quick, did the thing, and then poof.
Okay. It would appear to be a type of teleportation ritual of sorts. Though going by the scorch marks here, I think they might have used it to hop again, so to speak. Which is quite lucky we found this, but probably leaves us with a bit of a cold trail. Not particularly familiar with the magical arts, but we could always ask members of the group. I mean, Thatcher himself seems to be gifted in those.
Subjects?
Yeah, subjects.
Am I still right here? Or did I took off, right? Okay.
Yep. It'll probably have to be something we'll have to tell you about.
Ah, I see.
Unless any of you all happen to particularly know anything.
Assuming that this discovery has been called out, Desdemona will come up with her two rabbits kind of slung over her shoulder. You found something?
Yeah, it appears, well, the witch hopped here and seemed to have hopped again through the tree, or at least going by this marking here. The blood seems relatively recent.
I see. Could I go ahead and take a look at it?
Yep, roll me an occultism. And you, Thaumaturge doesn't use any sort of spell circles. I don't believe any Pathfinder class really does. Or do they? I don't think so. Thaumaturge uses items.
Of all of them, I would guess at the very least Thaumaturge would probably be somewhat familiar, since their whole deal is having a very veritable, set of knowledge regarding a bunch of different kinds of magic, schools of magic. Or not schools of magic, but magical practices. So, if anything was gonna happen, I feel like a Thaumaturge would at least know what they're looking at.
And anything that you might be rolling right now, I'll throw in a reaction clue in, since I kind of pointed you to the thing, to give you a +1 circumstance bonus on the roll.
Sweet.
So that was a +1 circumstance on top of what I rolled?
Yep.
That is a total of 22.
Not bad.
All right. So, I'm trying to think really quick. Sorry, my recall kind of sucks right now just because brain is fried, but, I'm remembering Dez's backstory. Okay. Give me a second. Processing. Yes, you have a slight familiarity with this. And that's just because out of everyone that you have learned from over the years, the original type of witchcraft is few and far between that originated in this world. Because this world's magic and your world's magic are like two separate entities, and it's really cool that they like overlap and interact and shit like that. But that's just me geeking out. So you do have some familiarity. Not enough though to let you like figure out where exactly this teleportation circle may or may not go to. But you are aware that it is a longer distance one. That this means, from your knowledge, an elder witch's jump from somewhere without a teleportation circle could lead, reasonably, about this far. And that it's exactly like you guys are thinking. She had to do a short jump, stopped here, did a longer jump, but now she is somewhere where you, unfortunately, do not know. But this does tell you that she has gone nowhere like across the world, because that would require a very, very large circle. This, on the other hand, is more like, I'd say, between 20 and 40 miles, probably sized. Bigger circles, bigger distance. It's a long range, but
Would that
it's
be
better than what you had
radius or
before.
diameter?
I'm trying to remember radius. Because radius is half of the circle, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so radius. So between
Like-
20 and 40 radius, so going one direction or another direction. So the circle in total could be your circle that you're looking at. The diameter of that entire circle is between 40 and 80 miles.
With this teleportation circle as its center point.
Yes.
Well, I couldn't tell you exactly where she went, but I can tell you she hasn't gone insanely far unless wherever she went had another more powerful circle. She's at least within 20 to 40 miles from here, which that's not an entirely small area to search, but at least we know she didn't go halfway across the planet.
That is a bit of a doozy, though. Well, I guess if we were to, I don't know. What do you think the odds are we'd find a map of this area in town?
Honestly, I haven't been here long. I don't really know. I'd only been in this town for about a night before everything happened, so I imagine there's probably a map, but I can't be sure.
Might be something else to talk to Thatcher about.
Indeed. Hopefully those two who went into town will have some sense and will pick up a map if neither of them already have one.
And Grak has said, well, it's not great news, but not bad either, I guess.
I caught us breakfast, though. And Des will hold up the 2 rabbits.
Yahoo! Free food!
Very nice.
Alright, while Grak types that, I'm going to Vale and Beebs, you are on deck, because I think that is about all the information that they are going to get. And breakfast cooking will be fine, but I want to hear whatever everyone else has to say. So I'm just going to give it a minute while you type. And I'm going to use the restroom. Be right back. Hazel, you're in charge.
Hazel, can I have the bathroom pass?
Sure.
Thanks.
I assume we're kind of like just taking a break real quick until everybody gets back, and we're not like playing when the DM's gone.
I'm back. Now it says, whenever you mention Thatcher and Vale, no, Thatcher and Mal, Grack will get uncomfortable but won't say anything about it. And smirks and chuckles when the rabbits are shown.
And back.
And then, did you guys read what Chris's character said?
Oh yeah, I'm reading it right now.
Okay. I don't think I would do a good job at reading that out.
I'm gonna go ahead and read out what Chris's character had said, just for the sake of it being out, and so that the chat can hear.
Fair.
So, why are we even looking for this witch? What are we gonna do when we find her? Say, oh, please, Miss Witch, I am so sorry your family is dead. Can you please uncurse me? We would have a better chance finding a cleric to remove this curse.
Well, actually, that's a good point. Is cleric magic considered still, or witchcraft, or not in this particular timeline?
It is.
That was an or question.
Even if it's cleric of the god?
Aha, that's a good question. Are there clerics of the Order of the Sinless One?
I guess
answer
then the
is-
question would be if there are clerics of gods from the old world and if they still have their power, if so.
True.
Those are questions. Find out next time.
On
Fair.
Dragon Ball Z.
And your characters have to find out, or the DM has to decide.
Oh no,
Well,
the world may never know. I already know, but I gotta give me a good reason why your character would know.
Fair. Well, admittedly, I don't rightly
I
know.
think Thatcher would
what
would
be.
know.
Fair.
Why?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
Oh, I was answering the question. Well, admittedly, I don't rightly know what particularly we would do in that situation. But admittedly, I don't think I've come across many clerics since everything went all weird. So,
And I mean, from what I can tell, this is a pretty significant curse. I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I know a bit, and I'm not entirely sure average cleric, even if we could find one, could get rid of this. If we were to find her, I mean, I think as far as we currently know, we either have to give her some kind of peace or send her to her family as such.
I clicked on the chosen. Anyways. Chris's character stares coldly at Desdemona and raises one eyebrow, but says nothing.
I don't particularly like that either, but it's where we are.
But I guess us tracking the witch down is particularly just what we're kind of grasping at right now. Things might change as things develop.
But, yep. Grak just kicks at the dirt, like, in little bouts of frustration. Not really causing much of a mess to anything, but just to... I lost my words, but is frustrated. Kick, kick. And Chris's character, unnamed, that's not where we are or where we need to go. You can choose to go there, I suppose, but I won't be killing anyone for seeking justice.
I would agree. I certainly don't want that to be what happens. She's already been through enough. I don't hold any level of contempt for her. But this is all real dreary. We should head back to the church, and I can get these all butchered up and ready to go, and we can get a fire going and get some breakfast cooking. She holds up the rabbits again. That's I always feel a little better after a fresh breakfast. And then Desdemona is gonna start heading back towards the church.
I suppose you're right. He'll take out like a little dagger and kind of like mark some trees so that it'll be easier to find this later.
Smart. Grak rubs his hands together and follows Desdemona at the promise of breakfast. Alright, so switching over to Thatcher and Mal. You guys head towards the sorry, you guys head towards the town. And you are going to It takes you guys a little while. Do you guys have any conversations on the way?
This is us still, the forest folk. Question mark?
Huh?
I missed the last 30 seconds of speech.
No, it's we switched
Okay.
over to Thatcher and Mal.
Cool, sorry.
Thatcher's gonna look over to Mal and ask, just out of curiosity, now there's just us two, you don't feel any particular way about being around other kin?
He kind of cuts his eyes over for a moment before they swap back to the trail ahead, seeming to give it a moment's thought. before there's a small shake of their head. No more than I do anyone else. If they're not trying to hurt me or others, then it's not really my concern.
You see Thatcher's eyes light up, and he goes, I feel the same way. I just, for whatever reason, deep down inside, I could just never feel that way about the other kin. They're just people to me. They cry out the same way. They lead the same way, and just, I never find it right.
There's bad people regardless of what type of people you are. It's the only real difference is the amount of damage that someone from the other world can do.
Just kind of like twiddling his thumbs at this point, and just kind of like reflecting on what you just said.
I've never seen a gun that can twist reality, so. He kind of shrugs slightly, but it doesn't bother me. Does it bother you that you can do the things from their world?
Wow, like a bead of sweat comes down Thatcher's head, and he goes, "Whew, that's a little bit of a loaded question. I don't particularly know how I feel about it. Ain't that right?"
It's fine to be conflicted. I'm not always exactly happy about having to shoot something, but it still protects me.
I understand that. Just the the particular way I shoot. I hope you don't tell nobody this, but I ain't shoot like normal people. And he's gonna hand over his well, he's gonna pull out his gun, and inside the chambers, well, he pulls out one of the bullets, and you see that it's a blank. That there are no, I believe it's the tip that shoots out. That none of the bullets inside the gun have a tip.
They reach out and actually do take the shell from you, if you let it happen.
Yeah, of course. Thatcher isn't abrasive in any way.
It was more of a concern about Thatcher being jumpy, which he is, but yeah. They
Mm.
take it, clearly choreograph the move, and then kind of look it over in hand. It's fine. Not all my ammunition's normal, but certainly not like this, given that mine's actually ammunition.
He gestures for the gun back,
It's back to show.
and yeah, he grabs it, and then he kind of like cocks it, and then he shoots, and something actually does come out of it, but it's not in the way like a normal gun shoots. He's actually using a cantrip that I think it's called a telekinetic projectile. Yeah, that's what it's called. And that's how he disguises his magic. And then he says, "This is whenever I gotta shoot, this is about the most magic that I use. I I tend not to try to, but I just sometimes I just think things and they just happen. I just I don't know. It just feels so natural to me.
It's clever.
You know, you gotta do what you can to survive around here, especially here in Pure Creek. They very much don't take kindly to other kin or anything otherworldly, as you as you've seen before." And then he kind of like pats his shoulder as like the little weight that he has from the curse kind of weighs on him.
I've noticed. It's not exactly unique. And even being human some places would be more than enough. Just being a stranger. Given what's roaming around now, people are awful protective of them and theirs.
Yeah, I hear that.
So, what was your plan for running away? What were you gonna do?
You see Thatcher kind of like stiffens up as it kind of just like hit him that he's actually running away and there's like no chance of going back now. Uh, I I was just gonna keep going down the railroad and see where it takes me. I suppose. He clearly did not have a plan.
Well, with magic and not having to worry about ammunition, my best suggestion would be to take up hunting. If you are able to keep yourself alive in the woods, then you can hunt and bring furs into town. Pass through quickly. That way, no one has any reason to be suspicious. And you could still make money or barter for resources you need.
Thatcher takes a look at you, and he's just gonna assume that you're the kind of person that doesn't mind being alone, and he's gonna say, yeah, I can survive, but I I kind of crave a place where I belong. You know?
Glances over, bit of a hiked up eyebrow. Just, well, best of luck on finding one then. I'm sure there's one out there shaped for everybody.
You really think so? I mean, given my circumstances, I don't really fit in with the other kin, and I don't really fit in well anywhere else.
Do you think you're the only human who has their magic? If there were witches before, and now there's even more magic in the world, surely there's more people like you. Just hiding. At least here.
Thatcher takes a solid minute, just like wide-eyed, didn't even consider the possibility of anything like that.
I
And
don't
he
mean it
goes,
rudely, but you're not special. And that's a good thing.
he lets out like a big old sigh of relief, and then he goes, Have you ever met any type of these individuals before? I as you can imagine, I'm kind of all alone out here trying to figure out this, what I am.
No. At least, not that I was aware of, and not personally if I heard of it. But I have heard of it. I travel a lot.
Oh, well, I certainly hope that one of these days I can maybe meet someone like that, cause I Thatcher was gonna say something, but then he kind of just stops and he goes, I think maybe I should just do some traveling on my own. I think that'd be the best for me. Ain't that right?
You find interesting places and people and things. Learn more about yourself somewhere along the road, maybe. So I've heard. Haven't yet. Smiles slightly. And I suppose if you find the right people or the right place, you either find what you're looking for or you find somewhere to make it. Just don't be in a rush. If you trip, you don't know what'll happen to you. Caution's the better part of valor.
He takes a moment to reflect on what you said, and he shoots you a like a side smile.
Mal pointedly ignores it, looking ahead. No, they seem comfortable enough, hands in pockets, though there's still that slight kick dog slump to their shoulders.
So, you guys start coming closer to the town. Sorry, there's loud noises at my house. You guys get closer to town. About now would be a good time for you to start the spell, the disguise self.
Hold on, give me a second. Okay, good. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, like Grace said, there's a little bit of a commotion going on outside, and I didn't want you guys to hear it. But anyways, so Thatcher's gonna he's gonna close his eyes, and he's gonna go, just give me a second. I haven't done this in a cool minute. And then he's gonna close his eyes, and you can tell that he's really trying to concentrate on his spell, as he doesn't do this one as much. And then he's gonna start to morph and change. And then he's gonna cast illusionary disguise. Hold on, I'm reading up on the spell right now.
No worries. Always good to get a familiarity with it.
Yeah, so basically I can change everything about myself except for my voice or my mannerisms. So I think for Thatcher, what he's gonna do is he's gonna try to look like the most average person in Pure Creek, which I'm assuming would be like one of those straw hats, a little bit on the heavier side. I imagine like overalls with like the bottom of the overalls, like it's all kind of shredded, like they've been tracking through mud. He's gonna disguise himself with no shoes as well, and give himself like he's gonna make himself look like he's in his 40s kind of, and have a little hay sticking out of his mouth. Yeah, basically silly farmer. And he's gonna try to make his voice sound more I guess deep, and yeah.
All right. Mal, what do you think about this disguise?
Hunter probably would have been a bit better for the excuse of why I'm walking around with someone who's roughly a local, but it'll make do.
Oh,
This no shoes thing is kind of me, but they don't comment on that.
oh, all right.
Yeah, they don't say any of that aloud. It's more of a thought to themselves.
I love it. I can almost imagine the audible side eye.
Yeah, it's like you have been blessed with such power and only a growing few brain cells on how to use it properly. But that's just someone who's like too smart being an asshole quietly.
He's gonna look at you and be like, "Well, how do I look?"
Like a country bumpkin, very apt.
He goes, I'm gonna try to work on my voice, so don't, don't, mind me, making any noise right now."
Go on. I know the secret.
Give us 1 second. He just got a phone call.
No, I demand now.
Oh, you are demanding.
I'm sorry, my little brother called. What's up?
Nothing. I was fucking around with Gray.
Oh.
And in turn, I was fucking around with you.
So yeah, Thatcher's gonna do like some like grumbling and like trying to make his voice sound as deep as he can make it.
Hi, I'm not Thatcher.
I don't see. Personally, I would come up with like a name and like where I came from and all that, but Thatcher's not gonna think about any of that right at this moment. He's just gonna focus on making his voice sound good.
Hi, my name's Adult Workman.
My name's Guy Man
Basically.
with 2 N's.
But yeah, so you guys head into town. You get a few sidelong glances, but after everything and after how everyone's feeling, no one immediately like goes, "Who are you? What are you doing?" Where do you guys go?
Alright, time to reorient myself on what I wanted to look into.
Thatcher's gonna like he he doesn't know how to feel or like he feels like he's naked basically, so he's doing like that thing where he's kind of like has like a little hunch and he's putting his hands close together like that and going in and out basically. I don't know how to describe that hand.
He's like meshing his fingers together and then like pulling them apart and meshing them together, pulling them apart, kind of like mer mer mer.
Good
Like
old
very
self-soothing behavior.
yeah, like very nervous behavior and like kind of looking around and stuff and keeping his straw hat kind of like lower to his eyes so that nobody can really like see his face too well.
1. What's your name?
It's me, Thatcher.
What's your fake name? So I don't call you Thatcher around people who know who you are.
You see Thatcher's face gets like visibly red and he goes, oh, right. Uh, 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 you can, and he starts to look around for like,
Easy. Pick someone in your family. Or a
you see
old friend.
he makes like a face, like a face of disgust almost, and he goes, "Oh, you could just call me Ben."
Dan it is. And 2. Put your hands down. You look nervous. Keep them in your pockets.
Hold on. Give us a second. We're gonna take a sudden break. There's some stuff going on outside that I guess needs Gray's immediate attention. So I'm
That'd
going
be
to try
fun.
to put the stream on. Be right back, and maybe everybody come back in like 15 minutes.
Bathroom break, everybody.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Yeah. Sorry about that,
Godspeed.
guys.
Good luck.
I'm trying to find. Yeah, go ahead and leave. Yeah, go ahead and leave. Get out of here! Alright. Well, due to extenuating circumstances, we are going to be ending the stream early today. Unfortunately, that sucks, and we're gonna be resuming this game on Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard. It'll be a small session, with small session with Thatcher and good night. It'll be Thatcher and Mal exploring the town and getting any information that they can. But, with that, I am exhausted. And with that exhaustion, that means I am going to get the fuck off. Thanks, Wolf. Alright, say goodnight, stream.